Okay, so we got the 3-foot roof raise. This is a Thomas Safety Line 95. We currently got all the come-alongs rigged up, and we're ready. Hopefully we're ready to raise it. Got my assistants, Rick and Olivia. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. So obviously we've gutted the inside, took all the skins off, took all the insulation out, took out most of the wiring, and around these corners. So what we're gonna do for the length of the bus, just below the window and above that panel, it's about 16 inches, so we're going to cut it halfway. So we have 8 on top and 8 below. And we had these ribs custom fabricated for us by a sheet metal shop. And then we cut these holes in it so we can do plug welds. But these ribs are a little bit larger than these original ribs, and they should sandwich right over top like that, and then we'll clamp them on and do a bunch of plug welds. So that's what we're going to do for the length of the bus, but the corners are considerably more complex, and we went over a couple different plans of how to do this, but we're just going to cut right through the middle right there. And then, so all of this is going to get lifted, kind of, okay, there we go. This is a support structure. We ended up cutting that off right around this round piece. And so all of that's going to lift. We popped all of these rivets. In retrospect, we didn't have to pop all those rivets out, but plans have been changing as we go. But removed all those rivets. Cut those supports there and behind that light. Rivets popped all the way around. Again, in retrospect, we didn't have to pop those, but we did the same thing. We cut right there. And for the pillar around the driver window, they actually put this little sheath on here, and it's actually a little bigger than what I had expected, but we'll be able to put those on over top, and we should be able to reinstall both windows just fine. So then all that gets lifted. So that's the front corner. And then the back corners, again, we went back and forth on a couple different plans as to whether cut through there. We ended up cutting up there. And then we're going to do another cut right here. This piece of metal was right up in there. We just completely removed that. We're going to replace it with square tube. And then we cut right there, here, here, there, and up there. So this beam is going to stay part of the bottom, but this skin and this support are all going to move up. And then these corner posts, if you look, there's a slight angle right here. All of this is perfectly vertical, and then it bends in and it tips in a little bit, and then right here it actually comes straight back up. So if you look ever so closely, right here is where they actually welded two pieces together to get that the change in angle. But we're going to have a good 6 inches of straight that we'll be able to overlap our new corner pieces with, which I actually haven't formed yet. So we had to pop all those rivets, the rivets up here, the rivets up there, and so hopefully the corners are completely free now, and all we have to do is run down the sides and lift it. And it only took me concussing myself about once on these bars to realize to get nice and low. But you can see we got all of these rigged up to the top of the barn. Oh, yesterday I was playing Firewatch when we were doing some grinding, and I realized the roof gets really slippery when it's wet, so we put that little safety line up there so whoever's on the roof can clip in and not take a 10+ foot fall. 13 when we're done. Oh, so normally the Thomas safety line is about 10.5 foot tall. These emergency exit doors are actually, let's see if I can, no, I can't get that off. They're actually kind of bulky on top, but being 10.5 foot tall, I can raise it 3 feet to get the 13.5, which is legal for most states. But if I get a little bit too close, I can remove these and maybe use plexiglass or something a little bit thinner to save myself about 2 or 3 inches. And that's it.